first for the Raptors. Lowry and DeRozan, there's the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Johnson in at the four-man position. And for Sacramento, the guards, Vasquez and McLemore. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. Then it's Mbamute, and it's Thompson in at the 4. And Lowry gets it to go.
Rudy Gay is clearly a player with star potential, guys. He's got size, skill, elite athleticism. He's in his 8th season now, and he's looking to put it all together and make his first All-Star team.
Vasquez with it. There's McLemore. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. McLemore's got his first 3 points of the game. And for Rudy Gay, a score, a terrific rebound. He can do it all.
I think for him, it's the little things that will put him over the top. Just better shot selection, better focus defensively. But there's no doubt about it. He's one of the most talented players in the NBA, and that's why Toronto made the trade for him last year.
We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
Kevin, even though these two teams have similar levels of success this season, coach still feels like they have the upper hand going in. He told me we're stronger in the areas where it matters most, and I think you'll see that once this game unfolds. What he's referring to, we'll see as the game plays out, gentlemen.
All right, Doris, it's probably one of those games, guys, right, that's pretty hard to tell which way it might go, huh?
Oh, I have no idea who's going to win this game. Evenly matched clubs, both very talented, should be fun, and I can't wait to see it.
Well, we never have an idea of who's going to win the game. We only have our opinions for the most part, guys, but this one certainly is shaping up as one that will be too close to call.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. They set the pick, and it's Lowry penetrating. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Lowry's got 5.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
Vasquez gets a screen from Cousins. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you talk about some of the breakout players of last season, and at the top of the list for me was Grievous Vasquez. Runner-up for most improved player, 6'6" point guard, improved his shooting significantly and played with a lot of confidence for New Orleans.
Free throw good, Vasquez. And Vasquez, originally from Venezuela, Clark, and Steve, you mentioned his passing. Last season, 3rd guys in the league in assists.
Yeah, and at 6'6", Kevin, a very good rebounder for a guard. He's not super quick, and that hurts him defensively, but he has excellent anticipation. And you can always cross-match him with some of the shorter 2 guards, so he's a valuable player in the backcourt. Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
Here's Gay. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Gay's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now here's Vasquez. Here's Cousins. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
Well, he's so dangerous on the offensive glass. Well, Clark, what's your expression for it? Glass eater?
That's right. You got it, Steve. A go-and-get-it specialist is another way to look at him. He follows every shot, never assumes it's going in.
And DeRozan. Here we go. Back to Lowry. 4 on the clock. From 10 feet out, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Lowry's got 7. Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top 3 in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to have not had a first, and it is bad, it was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep, and the Raptors have a lot of young talent already and that they can make improvement with.
And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Richard Mbamute. That's his first foul.
Oh, yeah, he had not established position.
You know, I prefer the refs to whistle with a block when in doubt. I thought that was a good call there.
Valanciunas dishes to Gay. Kicks it to Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
Oh, that's a frustrating one there. Easy look at the hoop.
Passes to Vasquez. Cousins with a screen on Lowry. Plenty of space. Shot's good from Mbamute.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Outside Lowry. Pass to DeRozan. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, you know what, guys? DeMar DeRozan said he watched a lot of tape of Dwayne Wade working on the low block, learning to pass out of double teams and attack weaker defenders. That's definitely an area he can exploit in his own game.
That's good from DeRozan. And for DeRozan, not a great playmaker, but he has made strides in that area.
Yeah, last season he significantly improved his assist-to-turnover ratio, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your shooting guards because even though they're not playmakers as point guards, shooting guards are handling the ball too and making plays.
He's perfect from the line this time.
There's no question the big news for the Sacramento Kings is they're still the Sacramento Kings. After a nail-biting last couple of years, they saw the team flirt with moving to Virginia, Anaheim, Las Vegas, Seattle, and finally a new ownership group committed to keeping the team in sack. That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
Well, that's using your head and using your body.
The Kings shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And for all the Kings fans, what a great victory. Former 3-time NBA All-Star and Sacramento native son, Mayor Kevin Johnson, instrumental in securing financing for the new arena, and Steve campaigning with the league's owners to keep the team in Northern California.
I think it surprised everyone, Kevin. Seattle made such a strong bid. I think most people felt the team would end up in Seattle, but Johnson did his job. Sacramento stepped up to the plate, and I think it's great that the Kings get to keep their team, and hopefully Seattle will end up with one in the next couple of years.
Lowry with the ball. Now defended by McLemore. A 3 from Gay. It's rebounded by McLemore. The Kings have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Good work defensively by Lowry.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
There's the pick. Back to DeRozan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ben McLemore. That's his first foul. And Toronto making a change here. Outside Lowry. The dish to Johnson. Back to Lowry. Just 5 to shoot. Shot left block. A second chance effort. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. It's Gay with the drive. And at last, they get one to fall. Gay's got 6 points. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here's Vasquez. Hits the three-point bomb. He has 5.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. The Raptors have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Gay outside. That's good. Gay's got 8.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
Vasquez, that's good.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Left side Lowry. Blocked. And the Kings pushing it up now. McLemore with the ball. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And Abamute kicks to Landry. 6 to shoot. Pulls up on the wing. Again, Sacramento.
Mike Malone, the new head coach of the Sacramento Kings, son of a former NBA coach. Mike has been credited with helping teams improve their defenses, whether it was in New Orleans with Chris Paul, last season with Golden State. But Malone, very well regarded in NBA coaching circles.
DeRozan passes to Gay. Another miss by Gay. The Kings leading. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. And the Sacramento team, Clark, not without offensive talent, but their defense has been their shortcoming.
And that's the area they've got to ramp up and improve. And Coach Malone is going to have an opportunity to put his stamp on this team by improving them at the defensive end of the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Johnson. Landry Fields comes in for Rudy Gay. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. Fields. No good. Excellent D that time from Salmons. Fields against Thornton. He dishes it to Thomas. Thomas off a pick from Landry. Thomas kicks to Landry. Thomas passes to Landry. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
You know, he seemed a bit cold. The shots haven't been falling for him early on.
Pass to Salmons. From 13. That one off the back iron and out.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Augustine against Thomas. Stolen by Thomas. That's good.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they're just giving them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Thornton with a screen for Thomas. The pass to Thornton. There's the feed to Landry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Landry's got 6.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in midair and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Hansbrough a screen on Thomas. Here's Augustine. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
It's off his foot, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. So the Kings call timeout, their first. 1:33 left in the first quarter of the game. Landry inside. Gray's there. Landry no good. Raptors trail by 3.
And you look at Landry, and he does lack the size of most power forwards, but he's excellent at finishing around the goal, and it helps him keep defenders honest with a nice, reliable outside shot, too.
And Carl Landry's such a great knack for scoring around the rim.
He's a tough guy, a genuine tough guy. He gets the ball in the paint, and he'll go up and score with little jump shots or maybe put-back shots. Great hands, and really keeps himself in good condition.
He hits the second from the line.
And, you know, for the Kings, with a new ownership group, a new coach, a new front office, and a new downtown arena on the horizon, it's exciting times for the Kings fans, and a lot of newfound optimism around this team, too. Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Toronto calls timeout. And the Kings, a team that experienced a period of great success in the 90s, back the late 90s and early this century. But they had undergone a 7-year playoff drought, and Steve, times had gotten pretty dire.
Well, there's a lot of change in the air in Sacramento this season with new ownership, new management, new coaching, and some young talent with Ben McLemore. So I think there's hope going forward for the Sacramento Kings.
Here is Ross. Here's Gray. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the first. Shot clock at 6. Knocked loose and stolen by Thornton. Here's Salmons.
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
Terrible transition defense there.
I think it would have been pointless, Steve. There was no way anybody was beating him to the basket there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Augustine against Thomas. Now here is Augustine. Guarded closely. No good with the triple, but they recover it. Salmons against Fields. Right wing. 3 seconds left. He takes it up and lays it in. Fields has got 5 points so far.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
No shortage of scoring here at the... Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game we've been watching from the Kings, guys.
Solid first quarter for this club. They came out strong, and they put together some nice momentum here.
Steve, I like the looks they've gotten on offense. A lot of good ones.
Vasquez gets a screen from Cousins. Kept alive. Here's Thompson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, one of the reasons I like Jason Thompson is he's not afraid to be physical inside. He loves to chase down loose balls, get offensive rebounds, constantly fighting his opponent for position.
Yeah, very much a workmanlike approach to playing in the post from Thompson. He just puts in his time each game and comes away with some nice numbers. And he makes the first.
You know, I'm a fan of Jason Thompson. He's always going to give you whatever he has, whether it's 20 minutes or 30. He's got a very steady game and really gives you everything he has on the floor.
And so Thompson nails both of them. And Jason Thompson, a well-rounded player, Clark, can play the power forward or even at 6'11", the center.
I like him a lot, Kevin. He's got a good motor. He's got an excellent body. Works the backboard pretty well and made a nice improvement in his free throw shooting last year. Got that back up around 70%. He's a guy that helps you at both ends of the floor.
Clock at 4. Gay drives in. That's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Kings leading now by 6. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Hi, gentlemen. For the Sacramento Kings, a lot of rookies, and not just among the players. A new first-time majority owner, a new rookie GM, and Mike Malone, a first-time head coach. New blood taking over. But for all three, extensive experience in assistant roles, whether assistant coach, assistant GM, or minority ownership. So, guys, despite being new to the lead role, none of them lack for experience.
Thanks, Doris. We'll see how they do. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Now, here is Lowry, covered by Vasquez. Here's Johnson. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Cousins with a screen on Lowry. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
And the Kings making a change here. McLemore's checked in. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Lowry dishes to Gay. Gay gets a screen from Valanciunas. Gay kicks to Valanciunas. Gay drives in. Good on the shot. Gay's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Dishes it to Cousins. Can't get it to go. Nice D from Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 5. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Vasquez. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
Breaking down some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Kings.
But great hustle defensively through 2 quarters of play. Contesting everything. Starting to rack up those block shots, guys.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
To the right side. 16 feet away. Thompson with the bucket. Thompson's got 4 this quarter. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's the screen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Kings leading now by 4. Screen by Cousins. Vasquez up top. Now recovering. 6 to shoot. With the floater. Vasquez can't get it to go.
And he continues to search for his rhythm. It's eluded him to this point.
Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Vasquez. Lowry kicks to Johnson. Wants to get it to DeRozan and does. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Five to shoot. Here's Gay. Second shot opportunity. Count that one. The Sacramento lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Johnson.
I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, if you're going to set a screen like that, you've got to make sure your feet are set.
I agree with you, and I thought maybe he was set that time, Steve. I thought it was a good screen on his part.
Vasquez kicks to McLemore. The shot's good. Vasquez making the play. Vasquez has got 4 assists in the game. Lowry passes to Gay. He kicks it to DeRozan. It's stolen by McLemore. Feeds it to Vasquez. Cousins against DeRozan. Vasquez kicks to Mbamute. Shot clock at 6. Here's Cousins. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside Lowry. There's the screen. Left side Lowry. And Valanciunas gets to Lowry. It's Gay with the drive. The 10-footer. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Vasquez kicks to Cousins. Great D that time from Valanciunas. Raptors trail by 4.
So often teams that are near the bottom of the East tend to get drummed by the Western Conference teams, and that was the story last season for the Raptors. Had some close games and even a few upsets, but out west they didn't fare very well.
Good. And that's 13 points for Gay.
Boy, he's so hard to stop, guys, because he poses a ton of matchup problems for the defense.
And here's Vasquez. 7 points in the game. It's stolen by Lowry. He feeds it to Johnson. Kicks it to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. To the inside. Shot clock at 6. No good from Valanciunas. Well, picking up that talk again on the Raptors. Teams out west have so many great forwards to deal with that when you try and go up against them with a stretch 4 like the Raptors have had, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, particularly rebounding and defensively, Kevin. That's one of the reasons Toronto traded Bargnani to the Knicks in the offseason. They wanted to be a little better in terms of being physical, being more punishing with their post players, and having a better defensive presence.
DeRozan dishes to Gay. Back to DeRozan. Gay outside. Puts up a 3. Good. Gay's got 8 here in the quarter.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. If what he talked about is a true indication, the pick and roll is going to be their go-to play from now on. He sees that as being their best option offensively. Well, coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Vasquez kicks to McLemore. That's good. Vasquez has got 9.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Lowry kicks to Hansbrough. Stolen by Landry. Vasquez with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. And it's good once more. Nice make there from Vasquez. And now a 5-point Kings lead. Now here is Lowry. Defense is right there. Pass to Gray. Back to Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Hansbrough. Clock at 4. Pass to Gay. Another miss by Gay.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
There's the dish to Landry. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, Carl Landry has, throughout his career, played mostly as a reserve, but he is a super sub, a guy who gives you starter caliber scoring and competes defensively on the backboards. It's just what you want off the bench on your front line.
Well, going back to Landry, a late bloomer, certainly cut from the freshman team in high school. You know the story, barely made the JV team. He didn't play consistent minutes until his senior year, and Carl Landry has become, in a lot of ways, indispensable for Golden State.
And it was in junior college, Kevin, that he really found his game. His coach told him to be more aggressive, looking to score, and once he did that, he really discovered he had a gift for it, and then, of course, went on to Purdue and had an excellent college career.
Landry Fields checking in for Rudy Gay. And both free throws good for Landry.
Well, great focus at the free throw line. They're taking care of business.
That's exactly how you keep on the lead. 100% free throwing for the quarter. That'll do it.
Thomas against Augustine. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, it wasn't a surprise that the Raptors struggled on the road. Most young teams do. They were 13-28 as the visiting team. They did end the year looking a lot more dangerous on the road than they started, though.
The free throw drops for Augustine. Well, Clark, you were talking about the Raptors' struggles on the road. They didn't have the best road record at the end of the season, as you said, but Steve, they did show some bite with their play.
You know, one of the interesting stats from the Raptors last year is they actually scored more points on the road than they did at home, and that rarely happens in the NBA. But I think the big thing with Toronto, their defense has to improve more than anything else.
Even though they're trailing, they're having some success from the foul line here, and that could go a long way towards getting them back into it.
Thomas against Augustine. Thomas kicks to Selmans. He dishes it to Thornton. Fires the three. Good. Thornton's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Kings.
Yeah, something that makes him hard to defend is his ability to receive a pass and get off an accurate shot in one quick, fluid motion. So you better beware of where he is on the floor at all times.
One of the premier catch-and-shoot guys in the league, Steve. There's no question about it.
Augustine against Thomas. Pass to Selmans. And the layup's good off the glass. Selmans got his second bucket of the game to go. Raptors trail by 8. Now Augustine, 7 points in the game. That's good.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
Sacramento's gone along perfectly from three-point range tonight. They've gone 5 for 5. It's Selmans on the wing. Fields covering. Here's Landry, and again it's Sacramento converting.
And things are going to come way too easy for him if he can get that deep post position.
I agree with you, Steve. You got to deny him the ball down there as best you can.
Augustine against Thomas. Augustine passes to Ross. Shot clock at 6. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Thomas goes in, cashes in for a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Kings lead.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical, be more aggressive.
I agree, Clark, but it doesn't look like they have the will to do that at this moment.
Ross dishes to Hansbrough, and that one's good.
Well, they're not shooting as many from outside here in the second quarter.
Well, they were shooting well early on. I like their spacing and their offensive flow. I think they need to get back to that.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
You know, when Terrence Ross was drafted 8th overall, a lot of people were kind of scratching their heads as to why the Raptors would take him at that position. Some debate and uncertainty still resides there in the minds of some, but it's not quite as questioned because he's shown that he's got the tools to be a great wing player down the road.
Sacramento leading by 8. 1:29 left to play here in the second quarter. Selmans, that's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Selmans got 6.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Well, even though Terrence Ross didn't get the most playing time in his rookie season, he got enough on a consistent basis to flash what he was capable of with the Toronto Raptors last year.
Well, really, as a rookie, all you want is a chance to show what you can do on the court, and I thought Ross did that. Made some highlight reel plays with his athleticism, can really run and get up and dunk, and he's got a nice three-point stroke as well.
Off the inbound pass, and that one's good.
Now, they read the defense perfectly that time.
Sacramento's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. Landry with it. Now defended by Hansbrough. Thornton for three, and another three for Sacramento.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Raptors trail by 11. Augustine with it. Now Thomas defending. There's the pass to Fields. Now the feed to Gray. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count. Landry Fields, who last season signed a nice big 3-year contract with the Raptors, but suffered an elbow injury and missed more than a month, and really struggled with his shooting in his return. That's something that he brought to the table as a Knick, and the Raptors were counting on. They're hoping that he can bounce back and be the player he was 2 years ago.
Thomas kicks to Selmans. Back to Thomas from the arc. Another three for Sacramento. Raptors trail by 11. Augustine with it. He's got 7. Hansbrough a screen on Thomas. Augustine passes to Hansbrough. Fields with the three. Shot no good. A second chance effort. And the Raptors miss again. And that concludes the first half. Kings ahead. They lead by 11. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
I'm alongside Coach Casey, and Coach, you guys are getting torched out there tonight. What's going on?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I could care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, make sure to stay tuned in for halftime, and we'll be back right after that.
Now, presented by Sprint.
What a better way to get through your Monday than with a little hoops on 2K Sports. The Sacramento Kings ahead against Toronto. Great ball control offensively. The turnover differential a major advantage right now. Vasquez giving them a great boost. He has 11 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. The Raptors are still in it and going all out. They'd like to forget that first half. Coach has not been happy with what he's seen out there, and they'll likely come out with major adjustments. A terrific first half for Rudy Gay. He scored 16 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. And we'll be heading back to the court for the rest of our coverage as we go to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Gentlemen, Ben McLemore grew up in poverty in the tough town of Wellston, Missouri, near St. Louis. A tiny house with up to 15 people under one roof. At times, no food, no heat. A single mother working nights to provide. And before his senior year, his high school shuttered for good. Basketball was his one escape. He said, quote, "If you say you're from Wellston, instances, they give you that look. It's just the reputation. It's a hard place to live and grow. But he says even now that he's made it out, I'm never going to forget Wellston. I was born and raised there. It's my heart and my pride. I'm going to give back. I want to build it back to how it was. Guys, what an extraordinary story.
An amazing story. And Doris, good thing it had a happy end. Thank you. But they recover it. Cousins dishes to Mba Amute. And McLemore kicks to Vasquez. Amute, a screen on Lowry. Vasquez gets stolen by Lowry. And now here comes Gay leading the break. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, probably the right play defensively. If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
The first one falls.
Well, you know, the rumors started early last season and they never went away. Eventually, it all came to a head when Rudy Gay was traded to the Raptors, ending his tenure with the Grizzlies in what was an interesting move, to say the least.
Gay hits them both. And for Rudy Gay in Toronto, not a team that's been as competitive as the Grizzlies, but possibly a better fit, perhaps, for his talents.
I think maybe because they run an up-tempo, kind of spread-the-floor type of offense, and a team that didn't really have a dominant interior scorer anyway. So Gay is going to be relied on heavily by Toronto, and he's going to have to play to live up to that big contract.
More freedom to operate, perhaps, too.
I think so.
Lowry passes to Gay. Clock at 6. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
Rudy Gay playing very well. He has 18 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him.
Well, the business of the NBA in pretty good stead. The Kings sold back in May for a record price of $525 million, and the Seattle group had offered even more. Team value certainly on the rise around the league. Better arenas, more lucrative TV contracts. Part of the reason that's the case.
And so Gay nails both of them. And back to the bidding war for the Kings with the great offer from the Seattle group. Steve, do you think there's a chance the league could expand to Seattle?
I think so, especially with that tremendous offer that the Seattle group put forward. And now the new CBA, it's made it much more favorable for the owners. I think in the next few years, we will see at least one expansion team, maybe 2.
Johnson kicks to Gay. Fade away. And that one's good. Gay's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Kings leading now by 5. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Here's Cousins. A terrific shot on a turnaround. Cousins has got 11. The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Lowry up top, defended by Vasquez. Dishes to Valanciunas. It's Gay with the drive. Nice D from Cousins. Sacramento's gotten all but one of the 3-pointers to go down in this game. They've gone 7 of 8 so far. Vasquez with it, now guarded by DeRozan. Cousins dishes to Vasquez. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, it appeared to be another season where the Raptors would be near the bottom of the league, but while the terms rock bottom and embarrassing floated around, they made some moves and were able to go on a run to climb towards the middle of the pack.
Well, we all know the trade for Rudy Gay, the major move coming last season for the Raptors. They were able to get a look at the playoff scenario at times. And, you know, Steve, it looked like they were much more competitive down the stretch.
Yeah, this is a team that has struggled the last few years, but I think that spark near the end of the regular season gives them hope. And now it's time to start that climb, get back into the playoffs, and continue to build and become an excellent NBA franchise, because they have the potential to do so.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Raptors trail by 8. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And stolen by Cousins. Now, here's Mbamute. Vasquez gets a screen from Cousins. Mbamute with it. Gay picks him up defensively. 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Vasquez can't get it to go. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Lowry passes to Johnson. He kicks it to Gay. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Gay's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play. Even with the defender draped all over, he's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And also, there aren't many players better at anticipating an opponent's next move, waiting for his moment and then jumping in the way of a pass to come up with the steal. He's got that mastered.
Johnson kicks to DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Feeds it to Valanciunas. Now here's Gay. Not a lot of room. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock.
Well, his scoring this quarter has been off the charts. And the complexion of the game as a result may change.
Here's McLemore. He's got 8. And here's Vasquez. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Vasquez has got 13.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Gay drives into Johnson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 6.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Here's Cousins off the left rim and out.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Rudy Gay on the wing. Lowry for 3, and the shot is good. And it's now only a 1-point Kings lead.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Defensive foul. DeMar DeRozan. His second personal.
And the Raptors with some changes. Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Cousins. And Carl Landry has subbed in for Thompson. And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Kings.
How about the three-point shooting we're seeing so far, guys? Amazing.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Second chance shot, and there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So we've got a couple of free throws coming up.
It was a slow start at first for Valanciunas, partially because he was hampered by injuries at times, but towards the midpoint of the season, I think he really started to find himself.
That free throw, no good. Some changes for Sacramento. Salmons comes in for Mbamute, and it's Thornton in for McLemore. Good on the second free throw. Kings leading now by 3. Vasquez kicks to Selmans. He feeds it to Thornton. Back to Selmans. Passes it to Vasquez. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And for Valanciunas, in his rookie season, you got to figure, Clark, a big part of it adjusting to the size and the strength of the NBA.
You're all over it, Kevin. He does need to add some muscle. He's athletic, gets up and down the floor pretty well, has excellent hands, which you can't teach. So that's an asset you love to see. I think in time, he could be one of the top scoring centers in the league.
Well, something you never like to see, but guys, he definitely looks hurt.
And you see a player have to come out of the game like this. I mean, you just hope for the best.
That's exactly right. You do hope for the best. You cross your fingers, say a prayer, and hope it's nothing major. We'll see what the update is here shortly.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
So it's Toronto now, trailing by 2. Lowry passes to Augustine. Back to Lowry. Soft touch off the glass. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Thornton dishes to Thomas. Rejected by Hansbrough. Landry gets the bucket.
A large part of what they've been able to do here is centered around his offense.
The Raptors have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively. Hansbrough setting the pick for Lowry. That's tipped. Kicks it to Gray. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Andrew Fields checking in for Toronto. Ross comes in for Kyle Lowry. Augustine from outside, and again Toronto with the triple.
Nice play there on that inbounds play, and it paid off with the 3.
Sacramento's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Outside Thomas. Pass to Selmans. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thomas kicks to Landry. Lets it go from 14. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got his 5th assist in this one. Thomas against Augustine. Cannot hit, so the Kings will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Salmons with it. Now defended by Fields. Salmons against Fields. Salmons passes to Thornton. Down low, and so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Here's Salmons. He has 6. 2 on the clock. Thornton no good.
And it's nice to see Raptors coach Dwayne Casey getting another chance at being a head coach. A lot of people felt he got a bum rap back in Minnesota in 2007. He had that team overachieving at 500 when he was let go. So I'm glad he's gotten a second chance and he's making the most of it.
Okay, time now for an injury report. We've got a chance now to check up on the status of John Salmon's injury with our Doris Burke.
Well, guys, the Kings head athletic trainer gave me an update. Right now, he said it looks like a severely sprained ankle, something every player hates to hear. We're starting to get into the grinding part of the season, and it has to be a real blow to this team to lose a player like him at a time like this.
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Mike Malone gave to his team during that last break. The ball has to be fed into the low post much more than it has been to this point. That was his message. He said, they're giving us room down low. Let's take advantage of it. The next message he had for them was that they should be attacking the basket on offense. He felt very strongly that the defense they're up against is vulnerable down low. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
All right, Doris, thanks. And you go back to that Timberwolves team at 500. Casey was let go, and then, Steve, they went 12 and 30 after he was gone.
Yeah, they struggled with his departure, and a lot of the players actually were sad to see him go. So, that's sometimes the case in the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, fairly or not. And in Casey's case, I respect the fact that he got back to work, did a great job in Dallas as an assistant, and is now the head man in Toronto trying to get this team turned around.
Right side, Thomas pulls up. Selman's no luck.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Augustine dishes to Fields. Thomas against Augustine. Hayes with the steal. Thomas against Hansbrough. Landry, a screen on Hansbrough. Shoots off the screen. That is good. Selman's got 8 points.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hansbrough inside. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Thomas kicks to Thornton. The dish now to Landry. Outside Thomas. Pass to Salmons. There's the three. Can't get it to go. It's all tied in Sacramento. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Third quarter comes to a close, and a battle brings it to a tie. And, Steve, we've got a moment here to go to our State Farm assist of the game, coming on some very clever point guard play.
Well, he mans that position for a reason, Kevin, because he passes the ball so well, sets up his teammates beautifully, really gets this offense into a nice rhythm.
Delivering the pass important, but putting the pass in the right place for a shooter, as you well know, huge.
Yeah, no question.
Here's Augustine. Augustine off the pick from Valanciunas. Johnson sets the screen for Augustine. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Augustine's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Toronto. The Kings trailing. Now Vasquez. He dishes it to Cousins. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
It was a great dunk, and also a great game we've got here.
Johnson sets the screen for Augustine. To the left side wing. Johnson, the pass to Lowry. 6 on the shot clock, and it's blocked by Vasquez. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And there's the pass to McLemore. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Ben McLemore, 6'5" freshman shooting guard out of Kansas. He actually redshirted his first year in college, but as a redshirt freshman in year 2, he really bursted onto the national scene. Very skilled shooter and scorer.
That free throw good for McLemore. And for McLemore, no question about the talent levels. It's terrific. A great athlete, deep range in his shot. It's really his personality that some scouts, Clark, have questioned.
Yeah, and I don't understand that. Sure, they would like to see him be a little more assertive offensively, but this is a young kid that I think will do what it takes to be outstanding in the NBA.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, one more make would have been awfully nice, but I'm sure they're happy just to take the lead.
And Lowry gets it to go. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
Absolutely. I mean, 6 lead changes here so far.
Steve, exciting stuff.
Yeah, this is a fun game to watch. Which team can kind of extend a lead and make a couple of big plays here, try to seize momentum. We'll see.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
You know, after the Rudy Gay trade sent Jose Calderon, Kyle Lowry said that now the Raptors were his team. And while that might be debatable, he's clearly got the talent to run a team at the point guard position.
Free throw drops for Lowry. And back to Kyle Lowry, a good passer, also an amazing rebounder for a 6-foot-tall guard.
He's physical, doesn't mind throwing his weight around. He's confident. You can see how aggressive he is offensively, always looking to draw contact and get to the free throw line.
And so he makes both from the line.
A season to forget for the Sacramento Kings a year ago. There were times they looked pretty good, but more times than not, they couldn't sustain high-level play. Still managed to do fairly well against Eastern Conference teams when they saw them.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Vasquez dishes to Mbah-a-Moute. Just 5 to shoot. The Kings need to get off a shot here. And that one's good. And back to what you were saying, Clark, about the Kings. Very good when playing out of conference, at least relative to their overall play, Steve.
Well, 14-16 against the East. I mean, that's not a bad record. I'm not sure if it says something about the Kings or something about the East. Probably the latter, but not bad for Sacramento to have that record.
Lowry kicks to Hansbrough. Cousins against Lowry. And that one goes long.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Here's Vasquez. Buries it from three-point range. Vasquez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Wow, what a play right there. Left the defender tumbling to the floor, and then the balance to knock down the shot. Beautiful.
Showing off those rush hour handles. That was one heck of a move right there.
Toronto trailing. Lowry with the ball. The feed to Johnson. And Hansbrough kicks to Lowry. Dishes to Hansbrough. Clock at 6. Here's DeRozan. Drills the baseline jumper. DeRozan's got the game tied up here for the Raptors.
I mean, that's just too weak on the coverage. Heading down the stretch, that sort of defensive lapse can cost you the game.
Vasquez. Toronto grabs the miss. Lowry's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Johnson outside. He kicks to DeRozan. 14 feet away, and again it's Toronto converting.
They're leaning on that mid-range shot right now. That's 6 of their last 10 points from that area.
Well, they might as well continue to pull up and let it fly.
Feeds it to Cousins. Shot is off. Nice D from Hansbrough. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. The shot by Lowry, no good. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Vasquez can't get it to go.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Lowry gets a screen from Hansbrough. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Now here is Lowry. Defense right on him.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Now running, here comes Lowry, pushing the ball up, and stolen by Cousins. It's Thompson off the drive. Nice D from Hansbrough.
Boy, you wonder what the score of this game would be if they weren't pulling down all these rebounds.
Love what I'm seeing from them in the paint.
Now here's Valanciunas. DeRozan dishes to Hansbrough. Just 5 to shoot. Corner shot. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Kings trailing. Here's McLemore. Lowry with the block. Vasquez kicks to Cousins. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
Toronto's gone 7 of 11 from deep tonight, using the three-pointer to their advantage. Lowry passes to Johnson. He feeds it to DeRozan. Back to Johnson. Hansbrough dishes to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. The shot by Lowry, no good.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes in the last quarter.
Now here's Vasquez. DeRozan defending. And Cousins kicks to Thompson. McLemore, the pass to Thompson. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas.
And, you know, coming into the league out of Lithuania, Valanciunas, his reputation was more of a pick-and-roll big man, not the most skilled in the post, but he's starting to show some impressive moves with his back to the basket.
And he can't get the first one. No luck that time either.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking him down today.
Thompson, a screen on Johnson. Vasquez dishes to Cousins. Vasquez, that's good. Going back to Valanciunas, a good foul shooter for a 7-footer, almost 80% in his rookie season.
That's why this team values him so highly. He's very skilled for a big man. He can spread the floor. And then when you add in his rebounding and what seems to be a good work ethic and passion for the game, Valanciunas has a chance to be special.
Now here's DeRozan, defended by Vasquez. Lowry inside the line, and the Raptors miss again.
And this has not been a quarter for him to remember.
Yeah, it sure hasn't, Steve. I mean, he's been doing his invisible man impersonation here, hasn't he?
Johnson, the pass to DeRozan. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lowry with the ball. Now defended by Vasquez. The drive by Lowry. Rebounded by Vasquez.
Well, ever since the second half started, he's been ice cold. Very little going his way right now.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
You know, turnovers really weren't part of the story here early on, but that's changed now. They're starting to have some trouble handling the ball.
Carl Landry's checked in for Sacramento. Here is Lowry. Hansbrough setting the pick for Lowry. The shot is off. Solid defense right there from Vasquez. The Kings have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Passes to McLemore. Kicks to Landry. 6 on the shot clock. Vasquez dishes to Mba Amuta. Fires from the wing. Second chance effort, and the layup drops in from Landry. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back. And the Raptors call time here.
You know, he understandably doesn't like what's going on out there, and that's why he wants to talk things over during this timeout.
I think this is a good time to call a timeout. They just need to hit pause for a second and then reset as well.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. They're getting outshot from the perimeter. He told them, we've got to close out faster on the outside shooters. These threes are killing us. Kevin, can they tighten their D?
Up top to Rosen. He's covered by McLemore. Here's Valanciunas. That drops.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
And it's blocked by Johnson. Up top to Rosen. Guarded by McLemore. And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. Now the dish to Valanciunas. Johnson left side. Shot clock at 6. And now Sacramento on the break. A finish. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Carl Landry. He has 18 points and 2 steals as well. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
And he makes the first. Austin Day, who's checked in for the Raptors. And both free throws good for Landry. Raptors trail by 4. Outside Lowry. Right side Lowry. Pass to Day. They grab their own miss.
Well, they're trying to come back here, but you've got to get a better look at the basket to get it done.
And here's Vasquez. He dishes it to McLemore. Puts it up from 7. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Landry with it. Now Valanciunas defending. There's 1:47 left in the game. Here's Landry. Hits the jumper. Landry's got 12 points in just the second hit.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 1:42 left to play here in the fourth. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He said, now's the time to open things up. Let's start firing away and get that defense on the ropes. He also wants to see a lot of bodies down low at the defensive end, saying, quote, if they're going to beat us, let's make them make shots from the outside. So Coach waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks again, Doris. Raptors trail by 6. Lowry with the ball. He's picked up by Cousins. And Lowry gets it to go. Timeout called by the Kings. They're up by 4. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter. And the Raptors making a change here. Fields checked in. There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. Vasquez passes to Mbamute. And there's the pass to Vasquez. Shot clock at 5. Sacramento again missing. Toronto's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. And it's Lowry penetrating. Here's Johnson. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
Fields with the steal.
Well, it's still within reach.
Yeah, but their offense, Steve, needs to be just about perfect from here out.
And it's blocked by Mbamute. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Now Vasquez. Pass to Landry. 6 on the shot clock. The feed to Vasquez. It's good from beyond the arc.
They're getting that lead way up there now. It should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'll be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, talk all they want, but I just don't see a way for them to get back into the game here.
You know what? I don't know if there's a 10-point play out there, and that being the case, this one is finna over.
Three-pointer, Lowry. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They lead by 2. 1 second left to play in the final quarter. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his 5th personal foul. 14 foul.
And so it's Sacramento who scraped by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win tonight. We know you're a very intense player, but tonight you certainly seem to be having a lot of fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun. I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here clowning all the time. I'm going to try to keep a smile on my face.
We love to see you smile, DeMarcus. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining